Hello everybody, what's up? Captain Turbo here, and welcome to the year retrospective that I do every single year. I've actually lost track of what number this is now. I think this is year 7. Um, One thing I need to point out right now is I'm not particularly feeling great at the moment. I'm not well. I'm still suffering from a mouth infection. So I may go even quieter than I am now. If I do, I apologize. I can always turn up the volume when it comes to editing and stuff. I'm not going to go into the whole story of how I got into doing Let's Plays and stuff. If you want to know that, go watch one of the other year retrospectives. There's probably 5 or 6 of them now. Um, so what this is going to be about is basically what has happened this year in terms of the channel, what you can expect next year, and all that jazz. So yeah, it's been an interesting year in certain aspects. Content wise, I've had a constant flow of 4 episodes per week now, 3 main Let's Plays, and then a fourth, not special, but a more unique Let's Play with the FF14 stuff, which I'll get more into that in a moment. I'm going to basically just go through everything I've done this year. Um, First and foremost, I'm just basically trying to get up the playlist right now, which seems to be eluding me for some reason. Where are they? There they are. Um, if I recall correctly, start of the year, we've done plenty of Skyrim. I feel this got better after like the first session, like the first 16 episodes were good, but I didn't really have a proper idea of what I was gonna do. I do think after that though it's gotten better. I've actually been playing it in my spare time, not right now, but a couple months ago I was playing like a crap load of Skyrim on my Xbox 360 just because I kind of was, I'll just do the achievements and stuff here and we'll see what happens from there on out. And I really enjoyed it actually. I actually played through on the Xbox better than I have on the PC. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording it, obviously, because completely different console and stuff. At the moment, though, I think this is going well. I'll get more into this later on when we talk about next year's or this coming year's worth of content and stuff. But yeah, I feel it was a Let's Play of two halves. The first half of the years was okay, but the second half was a bit better in my opinion, where I actually started doing things outside of the prologue and stuff, which was pretty cool. Final Fantasy VIII, pretty much just a piss take Let's Play. This has actually been garnering me some decent views actually, but then again, I can't say I'm surprised, especially with the Final Fantasy VIII remaster being released, which actually none of us knew about when we started the Let's Play, which was a nice little thing because by the time the FF8 remaster came out, it was upload time for more FF8 parts, so that's garnered my channel a tiny bit more attention than it had, which was great. And the Let's Play itself is not finished, same with Skyrim, but it is getting close to being finished. I can reveal right now that we've probably got maybe 2-3 hours left of the game. I think if it's not one more recording session, I'll finish it. Two will for definite. But we kind of reached a point of I have absolutely no idea where I'm doing or where I'm going now. So yeah, I definitely need to get that finished at some point in the near future. Crash Team Racing. This went okay. I've actually, again, I recorded this Let's Play I think before the Nitro Kart remake. Sorry, the Crash Team Racing remake was even announced, so I think I did anyway. You gotta remember I recorded all this stuff a long time ago. I can't remember when the actual date was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't even. I think the Crash Bandicoot Trilogy remake was out, but I don't, or at least announced, but I don't think the CTR remake was even announced at the point. I could be wrong, but it is what it is. I thought this went well enough. I did only play the main game. I did show off the what do you call it? I did show off the main ending, the true ending of the game, by loading a save game file that I have on my PlayStation that I downloaded from the internet, and it went well enough. But I really kind of wish I'd have gone and just done everything in the game. I might and I emphasize the word might, try 101% properly when I eventually get to the remake trilogy, because I actually have done it for the first time ever, 101 or 100%, whatever it is, on the remake. But I did it on easy mode. You know, I can play through the main game fine. I just can't do all the extra stuff on normal mode. So we'll see what I fancy doing once I get to the remakes. But kind of an up and down Let's Play. Was okay, but definitely not one of my better ones. I thought the gameplay was okay, but the commentary was definitely a bit up and down for me, in my personal opinion. Moving on now to Mass Effect. I can say at the time of recording this, Mass Effect 1 is finished. It's going to be a while before you guys see the ending. But it didn't. It ended a little bit before I thought it would, but it was still a really, really long Let's Play, guys. I really enjoyed myself with this one. I love Mass Effect. I will always love Mass Effect 1. And I don't really have any regrets with this one. I actually think this was basically me coming up with the idea of, if a game is very story driven, if there's a lot to learn, story, characters, lore, and all that, just shut up when the cutscenes are playing. You know, if you've got a moment where like you can choose an option or something, and you've got something, a quip or a piece of knowledge to display, then yeah, fine, do that when nobody's talking during the actual cutscene. But yeah, this is definitely where I kind of found my preferred method of doing RPGs. If it's a cutscene, if you know there's going to be a cutscene, if there's dialogue of any kind in game, shut up and just let play. I think I found a really, really. I know it will not be a popular Let's Play, because you know, people that watch me generally tend to watch for the smaller games, Mario and the Nintendo stuff like Mario and all that, or Sonic and all that shit. But for me, Mass Effect, I am so happy I've done a proper full Let's Play of this. I'm not entirely certain how many parts there are. I know there's a lot more than there's currently up anyway, and how many you guys have seen. But I actually really felt this went quite well. I had a illness towards the end of the Let's Play though, so I came out sounding a little bit rough during the last recording session. But other than that, it went pretty well in my estimation. Next up we have ooh, I'm a bit confused here. Which one went up first? Mega Man 6. I'll be honest, guys, I remember practically nothing about recording this one. I'm guessing it went pretty okay. I really, really don't remember too well. I really don't remember too much about this one, to be honest. I think it went fairly well. I would actually have to go back and watch that one. Because I genuinely don't remember much about it whatsoever. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone as the actual ROM itself was, but I actually think this was arguably the worst Let's Play I did all year. I think the problem I had was I found myself having very little to talk about a lot of times. It was usually just me and the guys going off on our own tangents and stuff. I don't know. I really wish I'd have I really wish I'd have done this one a little bit better, to be honest. Gameplay wise, it wasn't terrible, but it could have been better. Commentary wise, you know, you had like fucking Nova during playing Ocarina of Time, and Opie doing his own thing as well, and I don't know. Just this one kind of one of the, I wouldn't say worst, but that Let's Plays I've ever done. You know. But it's definitely on the lower half of Let's Plays on my channel, in my opinion. I don't really have anything else to say about it. It didn't do particularly well when it came to things like viewings and stuff. I actually thought it would garner at least 2 or 3 per part. But it appears there's very little Harry Potter fans that I know, apparently. So we'll leave it at that. The last one was Aladdin. I can actually tell you the time I'm recording this. The videos have not gone live yet. I do remember recording it, though. I think it went okay. I'm looking forward to seeing if that garners any attention or not. If it doesn't, it's only a 4-parter, so I'm not too fussed. It was a fun game to play through at the end of the day, and that's what it's all about, really, at the end of the day. So, Other than that, the other big one to talk about really is Final Fantasy 14. It's been going well, one part per week, 52 parts obviously per year. Um, it's an up and down thing with Final Fantasy 14. I'm very new to MMOs. Basically, let me put it this way: I currently have about 160 something hours, maybe a bit more, into Final Fantasy 14. Nova has over 3,000. I'm not joking. At the time of this recording, I'm almost certain he has over 3,000. He might have even more than that, actually. He knows how to play the game. I don't. At least not properly. I basically made a massive, massive error. Deciding to go with Arcanist, I believe, was the role I chose, because I thought I'd get a mix of healing spells and black magic abilities, so I can actually fight as well. The problem is the game wants you to choose at a certain point if you're going to go with Summoner or a Scholar. A Summoner is obviously more black magic and stuff, but a Scholar is the healer. I did try both. Summoner I was okay with, but I actually found the role quite boring. And Healer I just could not... Oh, Scholar, sorry. I just could not fucking wrap my head around properly. I knew what to do. I knew to heal people, but I just seemed to run out of mana constantly all the time. And I kind of just lost thinking of that. But I can tell you, not long after... sometime during year 2, which is a bit of a spoiler, I will be changing class into something that I felt much more comfortable playing, actually. And I still don't think it's 100% perfect for me, but it's definitely far better than I was with the Arcanist. And yeah, I can go more into that with when I get to the second half, which, you know what? Fuck it. Second half, here we go. We're going to talk about the upcoming year itself now. Spoiler alert for here. I will put a number sometime somewhere here on the screen. Go to this if you do not want spoilers for the next 12 months. And, you know, I'll see you there, and then we can talk about whatever else I still have to talk about before the end. Alright, so what do we have to talk about, actually, with this? We have... We'll stick with Final Fantasy 14, actually, since we're just talking about that. I will not go into major spoiler alerts or anything. I've already mentioned that I'm going to be changing class. I will say one thing. We do actually reach the end of the main section of A Realm Reborn. We haven't done all the post-Realm Reborn stuff before Heaven's Ward. But we have completed the main portion of A Realm Reborn at some point during the second year. So... get ready for that, because it's actually a doozy. And then there's the really fucking long credits that's like 90 minutes, and I left it all in. And it went badly, we got bored, so we left the call. Then I left the credits running, and it accidentally cut off the music at some point. It was a fucking train wreck, but it's so much fun to just watch and just sigh, and it's gonna be entertaining anyway. But yeah, you've got another full year. Of Final Fantasy 14 every Sunday. So look forward to that, guys. So what else do I have coming up for this year? I'll get it up. Obviously, there's going to be more Final Fantasy 8. I'm not going to go into what happens. I think it's primarily Disc 2 here for this year. It's all of Disc 2 for the next 12 months. So that's going to be interesting to see go up as it is. Longer than Disc 1, I will say that, I believe. Overall, I'm looking at the parts here, actually. Where did we end? Oh no, it might not have been as long, actually, now that I'm looking at it. No, it's almost as long as Disc 1. It's about practically the same amount of parts. But yeah, for Final Fantasy VIII, Disc 2 for the next 12 months, split into 2 sections as per the usual ruling for this type of thing. Skyrim is back as well, of course. I don't remember exactly what I did. I think I did some of the bigger story quests and stuff. Did a little bit more of the main quests and all that stuff. This is still ongoing, actually. Both Final Fantasy VIII and Skyrim are ongoing, so I would actually have to write down where I am in everything and all that jazz. A video I've been sitting on for a while now. Actually, I'll get to this one in a second because we've got Mass Effect. Mass Effect's back as well. As I said, this one is done, but it will not be done in the next 12 months. You will not see the ending in the next 12 months. I can tell you that much. There's a lot to go through. Still, I don't even think I've done. I don't even think a 15. I don't even think. I think I'm only about the 20% mark at the end of the first year right now. We move a bit. We move a bit faster in certain aspects from here on out, but at the same time, there's still a lot more to see and do. So yeah, you guys haven't seen everything with Mass Effect yet. In fact, you haven't even seen close to everything yet. So bear that in mind. You're at best 22-23% done after year one. After year one of Mass Effect, year two you'll probably see up to probably closer to 45-50%. But there's still a long way to go before you're gonna see the end of Mass Effect. I can promise you that much. But as I said, at least it is recorded, so there is that to look forward to. All right, so those are the big four that you obviously already know about. So they're ongoing. You'll see them once again all year round and all that. In 2 sections each, apart from 14, which is obviously every Sunday. So let's get into the stuff that's going to be new. Alright, first and foremost, this is a video I've been sitting on for probably about 2 years now. It's not that I was necessarily against putting it up, it's just that it's a one-part Let's Play, and I was saying it for a year where I needed one video. It's Tom and Jerry, the movie for the for the Sega Master System. I used to have it as a kid. I'm not very good at it, but it is a game you can complete easily in under 30 minutes. You can actually complete it in under 15 if you're a speedrunner. Probably less than that. Actually, but it's a one-part Let's Play. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And that will be up sometime around January, I believe. And what else we got here? We got a return of Sonic, actually. Last year was the first time we haven't done a Sonic Let's Play since I started the channel. This went really well, in my opinion. I had one recording hiccup where, for some reason, the video was corrupt at the end, so I had to cut out and split and stuff. But other than that, I actually think it went pretty well. Just a heads up, this is a Sonic and Tails playthrough. Sonic, obviously, and with Tails following. I will be back to do a Knuckles run at some point, and yes, I will do Encore mode in some point in the future. But we'll get to, and where I can obviously show off Maddie and Ray as well. But that will be far off in the future. This should start around the end of February. It's 11 parts, and it was a lot of fun. We next come to a Let's Play I'm actually not exactly proud of. I'm already thinking this is going to be one of the worst Let's Plays I've done. GTA Vice City. This was done over the course of about 18 months, roughly. I got lost with a lot of stuff here. Lost recordings, lost audios, lost fucking commentaries, and had to keep going back to redo and stuff. It's not as long as GTA 3. I pretty much just get to the meat and bones of the game, which is the story. I did have some hiccups towards the end where I couldn't figure out why the final while the final missions were triggering. Did eventually figure out why. It did take a while to actually learn why, so I had to do more than I intended to do here. It's not the worst Let's Play I've ever done. I still say that's Final Fantasy VI, but this is definitely in contendership for that. There's still some fun chats between me and the others, because this is not a solo Let's Play. I think there's only like 2 or 3 parts where I'm alone. This is me and the guys. We get funders there once or twice. Obviously, Scarecrow and Opie there quite often. I think I may have had a couple of visits from Nova as well, even though he was basically just in the call with us. This is basically more of a hangout session, like one of the live streams are. But it is what it is, and hopefully you guys will enjoy some aspect of it, even if it's just us fucking around and chatting. But other than that, there's not really a whole lot to say here. It will start around, let me check here, the end of March, roughly. And it's a long one, but it's all done, it's 25 parts, but it is all done in one section. It is what it is. I'm not exactly proud of this one, and to be honest, I'm thinking about, I may have to redo this one some point in the future, and if not, I'll just live stream myself playing it or something at some point, I guess. But yeah, Vice City is in the works. Next up is a interesting Let's Play, because it's going to start a new kind of not an idea, but a new kind of I don't really know how to put it. And sorry, there's a bunch of cats out in the scrap outside. I'm surprised it's not picking up on the microphone. It's more of a setup, I guess you could say. I'm going to be doing Age of Empires 2, but I'm going to be doing like the tutorial and the campaigns and stuff. And what this is going to represent is a new aspect of things. Like with games like this, I've done the tutorial and then I'll do a campaign and then I'll do another campaign and then I'll do another campaign after that. But it's all going to be in sections. I'm not going to do... I've only got 4 parts for this record so far, but that's all of the tutorial. These are also going to be longer parts, like with something like Age of Empires. You know, you don't want to cut off after like 30 minutes. One part is like 15 minutes, another is like 45 minutes. You know, these are done a little bit differently. I did have... There's not much commentary because it's a lot of me just playing the game, trying to figure out how to combat my opponents and stuff, and how I'm going to win. There's obviously commentary, but it's not like heavy, fun stuff. It's like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Alright, if I put this guy here, that should work against that. And, you know, it's all that kind of stuff. This is arguably the most normal Let's Play I've ever done, actually. Like, you get this from a lot of guys that do strategy games and stuff like that. And for me, this will be an interesting one to see how this is received by anybody that watches it. I'll still continue on with it regardless, but Age of Empires 2, yeah, middle of June. It's going to be a while away. Alright, next up we have, last up actually, for the new stuff, is WWF SmackDown 2, Know Your Role. Not a solo one at all. This one actually has either Opie, Scarecrow, or both of them together for 25 parts as we play through season mode, which is a lot longer than in SmackDown 1. It's actually never ending, but I figured just 1 year pretty much showcases all the cutscenes, all of the story it has to offer, which is very much just a abridged version of WWF during the year 2000, which was actually a really good year. And it was really entertaining. I really enjoyed it. I really, really hope that you understand that this was much more of a relaxed Let's Play, though. This was not us taking it seriously. We very rarely talked about the game, actually. We kept most of our conversations on wrestling, though, so it does at least still still makes sense in respect to the actual content we're playing. Like, we're playing a wrestling game, we're talking about wrestling type of thing. And, you know, like I say, it was more of another hangout session, but I think this one probably went a little bit better than Vice City did, because I didn't have any recording hiccups or anything with this one for starters, which make it a lot easier to swallow. But yeah, that one will be starting, if I can find the fucking first one, the beginning of August next year. So, yeah, stay tuned for that, I suppose. And that, boys and girls, is pretty much your content for the next 12 months. It's not really anything majorly exciting. Before anybody asks, I'm already in the midst of recording the year afterwards. As I said, I've been a little bit... This year, personally... Oh, and welcome back, anybody that's... skip the spoilers. The past 12 months for me have not been great. It's been a very strange 12 months. I've been constantly fighting an infection or an illness. The computers have been hitting me with so much unluckiness that it's been ridiculous. I've had my old PC that I used to edit videos on and do everything that wasn't gaming eventually just died out on me. I actually have a new PC right here next to me. It's not as good as my previous one, I don't think, but it gets the job done, you know, on what I need it to do. The PC I actually do record games and shit on actually died on me as well, but thankfully had a warranty, so we got to send that back into the place I bought it, and they fixed it for me and did a really good job. It's back to normal now, and it's just been up and down, and I'll be honest, guys, I've been really fucking lazy with the channel this year. The YouTube channel is fine, but I've streamed practically nothing this year. I've just not been in the mood. I've been not getting on a down or anything. I've been suffering with depression a lot this year, more so than I was last year, even in certain aspects. It's been a lot more up and down for me. I mean, I had like a 3-month fucking session of depression last year. This year it's not been that long, but it's always been up and down for a couple of weeks. It's just fucking weird. And I don't know, it's just been a lot of stuff. I'm thinking, and unless my illnesses start to clear up, At the moment, I just don't have. Because here's the thing, we're also thinking about moving, so that's going to cut into my time for recording as well, a little bit. So I'm thinking after this year, I might go back to technically 2 videos, but it's actually free if I count FF14. I'm thinking about going back to 2 weekly, not counting the weekend, the 2 weekly videos instead, because I actually have a different project coming up, which is wrestling related. There's a small teaser on my channel that you can probably see. I've actually gone and changed it around a little bit, and I've got like 30-something videos edited, 34 videos edited, but I've actually got a lot more to go before I am even willing to put that up yet. Unfortunately, they take fucking hours to edit. They are easily the biggest project thing I've ever done, and those will definitely be up on the channel, so you'll still be getting content. You'll just not be getting the same content the year after. And this new project actually might be starting up next year. I couldn't tell you when. I couldn't tell you exactly what day or anything like that. So just keep an eye out for the wrestling related stuff. The 2K universe, the 2K universe series, I guess you could call it. Basically, I'll go more into the details in another video, which will be like the introduction video, but that won't be up for a while yet, as I said, because I've still got too much to edit, and I can get maybe 4 videos edited per day, but that is literally me getting up, editing, going to bed, basically. They take a long, long fucking time to do. I think that's roughly about it. It's been an up and down year for me personally. The channel hasn't done too badly, actually. And there's plenty more content to come. Even if I do decide to keep with the current format of 3 videos plus also the weekend video, so call it 4 videos per week, 4 videos a week for the next 12 months as well. The next year, as I said, it'll probably go back down to 3. But if I do decide to do the 4, I still have a year and a half of videos recorded already, so is what it is. If I go to the 2-video format, I'm actually, for the weekly Let's Plays, I actually already have the next year recorded. But I need to definitely start recording a little bit more. I've gone 3 months, and I've had 3 or 4 months, I've had like 2 recording sessions, maybe 3 if I remember correctly. Oh, it's been an interesting year, guys. It indeed has been interesting. I suppose that's it. As I said, I probably sound a little bit different than I did when I started. My mouth's actually starting to go really, really dry and weird again. I can taste a fucking illness in my mouth. I need to go and brush my teeth and all that shit. So yeah, plenty of new content to come. Continuing with the main series, keep an eye out for that. As I said, Mass Effect is finished, so I already know that one's definitely done. Final Fantasy VIII won't take much longer either. Skyrim, nowhere near fucking finished yet. And FF14 is pretty much going to be ongoing for a long, long time. I actually do need to get back and record some of that, so I need to hit Nova up eventually. Alright guys, I've already prattled on for nearly 30 minutes. I didn't mean to go anywhere near this long. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you with the next video, whatever that'll be. But until then, sayonara.